my
Yeah, that's it. Done.
Perfect. If we don't get this done, the city's coming out to cut off the power. They're gonna cut off the water. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the new Goon Squad garage, and today we're gonna continue working on our Porsche 911 turbo build here. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we continued where we left off, which is the framework on this thing right here. And of course, we had to wait a couple of months before we can continue with this build because we ordered a GT2RS conversion kit, which is basically body panels. And you can't complete the framework without the body panels because you gotta line all the gaps up and all that good stuff right there. But you know what? All that stuff is finally in, and also V-Tuned is in right here. That's what I'm talking about, and he's got the Red Bull, so you know he's ready to get stuff knocked out, dude.
Sir, we gotta get this quarter panel back on this car because I mean it's been too long. This thing's been on the frame just chilling,
dude, for months. And we got other things that need to get onto this frame machine, but in the previous video, V-Tuned knocked out those bars up top, which that took a long time to do because there's so many little just millimeters that you got to just keep moving this thing, and we have to do some more pulling, right?
Yeah, we have to do a little bit more pulling because those are pretty much the main component of putting on this quarter panels, because if you put them on too far together, the quarter panels are going to sit in, all your gaps are going to be wrong, so we have to do a lot of work on getting them things proper, and then we weld through primered everything so no corrosion or anything like that would happen on there. But we got that welded up, and now it's time to just start knocking out the rear quarter panels.
Yes, sir. We're going to do the same exact thing to the quarter panels. We're going to do a lot of prep work. We're going to do a lot of weld-through primer. And the most difficult thing over here, I think, is going to be probably butting up the parts car quarter panel to the new car over here, dude. That's going to be crazy because we don't want to do, like, thick welds over here. We want to do a nice, very tiny seam.
Yeah, so it has to be as close as possible because we don't really want to be putting too much body filler on the Porsche, especially down here in this area right here. And there is a little bit of damage on this section, so we definitely have to find out the perfect way to do it. That's the thing about doing these quarter panels. Everyone is different. You know, you have to section it in different places, but I think we'll probably do it somewhere around here, and that'll be nice because this seal will cover up most of it. Yeah. I mean, his bodywork is amazing, but
yes,
you know, it's always nice to have a nice Porsche banner right over your body filler.
That is right there. So it's going to get covered up there, and another tricky one is going to be up over here, which we're going to figure that out all today. But anyways, we got a lot of work on our hands, dude. I say we go ahead, not waste any time, dive right into this thing and get some stuff knocked out.
Man, that's bad.
Dang.
Deemed a total loss.
That's it. We can't fix it, dude.
We gotta replace this entire piece now.
We gotta cut the car in half, get another half from another car. That's what I would do.
You have to.
I don't know what you would do in this situation.
I wouldn't let that fly. Look at that. That's a hole.
I think we actually did that when we flipped the car on its top.
Possibly.
It's very possible, but we quickly tested that roll cage right there just to make sure that we don't have to do no extra pulling.
Yeah,
right?
basically just to see how those shock towers were, and that cage is obviously fitted up perfectly to a GT2, and it lined up good, so hey, we're good to go on that.
That's awesome. Yeah, the GT2, GT3, and the 911 Turbo all have the same, I guess, shell pretty much, so they all should fit the same cage. But look at this, dude. You got everything cleaned up really quick here, and next thing is going to be that weld-through primer, right?
Yes, sir. We're going to go ahead and spray it on here. Well, I think we need to do a little bit more cleaning under here because we did end up removing the clamp that was right here because it goes on the pinch weld, and the quarter panel was in the way of that, so we need to clean that up a little bit, wax and grease remover, and get it all sprayed in.
guys, V-Tune doesn't actually do any work. He just games all day.
I'm working right now.
Alrighty guys, we are making some major progress over here, slowly but surely, but you know what? We got to make sure that everything gets done right. Of course, we prepped that section over there, grinded everything down through that zinc, copper stuff, whatever you call it. Same thing with this quarter panel piece right here. Cleaned it all up, threw that same stuff down over here. And of course, we actually did a little bit of testing with this quarter panel on the car itself. And we noticed that we actually got to drill a couple more holes here and there. And we did our very first initial rough cut to this. Where did we cut it? We cut it right here, and then we cut it over there on the car. So it's coming along. V-Tuned is doing his thing right there. You know, he's got a YouTube channel as well, so he's got to make sure that, you know, he gets his stuff done, his content out to you guys. So we're just gonna take this time to just update you guys real quick. And of course, you already know my pockets are weighted down, so you know what I got in here?
The best stuff on earth. There you
Dang
go.
sauce and barbecue. Dang barbecue sauce right here. Guys, we just had our lunch, and I gotta say, this stuff is fire. I know we say it a lot, but we really mean it, guys. And if you haven't tried it, be sure to hop on Amazon or hop on Hoff and Pepper. Copy some of the barbecue sauce if you're not a spicy person, or if you are a spicy person, copy some of the dang sauce. It's some good stuff. Bunch of good reviews. We're just super happy that we partnered up with the right sauce company to produce some of the best sauce ever. And we got some deals coming here really soon, so be on the lookout for that. But I guess right now we're gonna go ahead and probably do our final test fit over here.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. We had to panel bond this section right here, and we also riveted it right there. So anything else that I'm missing? Did I cover everything?
That's pretty, yeah. I mean, the reason why we did that is because that's an aluminum panel, so we had to knock that out first. So now I think the next step is to throw the quarter panel on there and finally do our final measurements and cuts, dude.
Yep, that's right there. So we're gonna go ahead and keep on moving and get some more stuff done.
So whether you're trying to fish off a dock or a boat, Fishing Clash has it all. Go back to that door gap.
Alrighty guys, so check this out. After a couple of hours, we finally got this whole entire quarter panel fitted up about dang near perfect. I mean, look at that right there. That's a beautiful cut right there. Beautiful cut right there, just almost spiced in, almost fully spiced in. You put the backing plate and everything,
we put the backing plate right here because, I mean, this is a bigger area. Yes. And I went ahead and drilled some holes, welded in the backing plate, did a much better job than the previous guys did.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Oh, no doubt about it, dude. You're the best in town.
Hey, and then right
best
here,
around.
I mean, this is a very small area, so we didn't really need a backing plate, and we just left a nice little thin, perfect gap to weld it up solid. Because if you just butt weld them together all the way, you're not going to get that penetration all the way down in there. So I like to leave a little gap like that so we can weld it solid. And it's not such a big area that it will warp or anything like that. But this side is looking good. I mean, we're not going to start welding anything yet until we get the other quarter panel prepped.
Exactly, and he's gonna prep this quarter panel, or we're all gonna prep this. We're gonna do as much as we possibly can. We're gonna prep this sucker, and we're gonna throw it onto the other side of the car over there, do the exact same thing that we did over here, and then we're gonna start slapping on some body panels, guys.
Yeah, because I want to get the entire rear end back together on the car, make sure everything is perfectly lined up, because as you guys know, we did have to do a little bit of framework in the back. Remember, we pulled the rails down, so we want to make sure everything lines up perfectly before we do any welding at all, because once you weld it, it's too late. There's no going back. You can't really undo a weld. I mean, you can cut it off, but you can't really drill it out. So we want to make sure everything is perfect.
Yes, sir. Let's keep on moving here and try to beat the sun, because the sun is going down. So we're going to try to get that other side slapped on and get this sucker put together, dude.
Framework complete.
Alrighty guys, so we gotta get a game plan together, man. How are we gonna get this done by 9 o'clock? 9 p.m. today. If we don't get this done, the city's coming out to cut off the power. They're gonna cut off the water. They're gonna cut off the fiber optics.
I just don't think it's possible to finish this car.
What are you? That's what the city said, if we don't get this car done in time. I'm just kidding, just TV show stuff right there. But anyways, Pops came through with some coffee right quick. Some good old pick-me-up coffee and some snacks. And we just got this quarter panel prepped right here. V-Tune got the actual quarter panel inner structure prepped over there. We're almost ready to slap this together and just do the exact same thing that we did to this side. So we're having a good old time out here. Eardrums are already kind of ringing because, you know, didn't wear no safety plugs. But anyways, we're taking all the safety precautions necessary here to get this job done. Let's keep it moving. Alrighty guys, so the boys have been cranking at this Porsche for a couple hours. We're working super late into the night, but you know what? We got it looking pretty dang good, but you know what? There is still a lot of work on our hands. Let's just go over here and get V-Tune's initial thoughts on this thing.
Hey, it's coming together pretty good. Not too happy about the fiberglass fenders. I'm gonna say that right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the problem with these things is they're gonna need so much more work just to get them to fit properly. You know, 'cause especially with like down here, you tighten it a little bit too much, cracked.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
some of the bolts are just that's just part of it. If you want to go a cheaper route with doing a full body kit and stuff like that, you're always going to run into issues.
That's part of it.
That's
dude.
part of it. But you know what? We're going to do what we can, and we're going to get this thing knocked out. I mean, look at this. We got all the panels on here. We got the quarter panels, that's the most important thing, dude.
The quarter panels are finally fully fitted up. Everything is perfect on that side and this side. We popped in the rear taillights as well. This is an original front bumper right here, so it fit up perfect. I believe this is an aftermarket lip right here, GT2RS. Fits pretty dang good. The fenders, we haven't like fully fitted up the front end 100%, but for the most part, they are pretty good, dude.
Pretty good.
I'm loving that, dude. We're definitely going to need new hood hinges and a few other new brackets that we are noticing and stuff like that. But let's pop to the rear end, dude. The rear end is looking sick.
He's already yawning, guys. He's been cranking out stuff left. Man, V-Tuned is a boss.
Hey, he's out here putting in the work with us. We're all just having a good time, dude.
Come over here right quick before we pass this up. Let's look at this gap. That's a perfect GT2RS gap right there, or a Porsche 911 gap. I actually took a video when I was in Miami for a bachelor trip of a GT3RS or something like that, and a good thing we found all these gaps, and that's exactly how it is. Let's walk around to the back right here. The rear bumper is a little bit not right. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done to this rear bumper right here just to get it to fit right. Because if you look right here, I think we got to shave something down and it'll pop in. But you know what? For the most part, we can work with it.
We can work with it. We'll work our magic. You know, we'll spend a couple hours on that rear bumper, maybe a couple days. But you know what? Look at this rear end. It looks absolutely
Look at this rear trunk lid right here. That's insane right here. That carbon is beautiful. That lined up pretty dang good. Of course, we didn't swap out the rear hinges, which we're using the ones that were basically, or they actually don't work. We have to get GT2RS hinges because the ones off the regular 911 will not work.
Yeah, will not work. And also where the this will actually latch down, there's a part that holds the bumper and everything. We're gonna have to new one. One of those two will be new.
Exactly.
One of them.
This kit right here definitely is a lot cheaper than original. You know what I mean? Original kit would have costed us $50,000+. This right here costed us around $34,000. Still expensive, but you know what? We've got a lot of work that we got to do.
Yeah,
so
to make it perfect.
Right there. To make it perfect, exactly. So there it is on this side. This quarter panel is perfect as well. This door is perfect right here. Wouldn't you say it's a perfect gap, Ben?
Dude, that's a beautiful guy.
I mean, this is basically the last test fit and the last. I mean, we're gonna do a little bit more tweaking before we weld everything. We just wanted to get everything on the car just to see how everything's lining up.
See
because
what
at
we're
first,
working with.
remember we had the blue door on there and it just wasn't lining up at all. Swap the door, bam, looking good.
Beautiful. What about the roof though,
Oh,
dude?
the
That
roof
Wysock
fit up
roof,
perfect.
dude.
This is an original roof. This right here, sucker, costed us $10,000. That's a crazy expensive roof right there. But you know what? It's going to be insane. I wish the carbon kind of flowed a little bit better. I noticed there's a difference in carbon between this carbon right here and this carbon right here. But you know what? This is a custom car right here, dude.
You ain't never gonna know when you're getting smoked by this thing,
When
dude.
you hear the turbo spooling past you, dude. But you know what? It's been a really good day so far.
Why don't you just wrap all the carbon with carbon fiber wrap?
We might have to just to get it to match, but honestly guys, it's been an amazing day. Worked super late into the night, and that's just gonna be a wrap for today's video. Super huge shout out to V-Tuned for working his magic. This man has always got a plan and he always makes it happen. But you know what guys, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.